Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Jessie and I am a performer for Disney Cruise Line. So for this video, I'll be sharing a bit of my Disney Cruise Line story. Ever since I was in high school, I had always wanted to work for Disney, specifically Disney Cruise Line. I used to watch all the shows online and those little behind the scene cruise videos, and I just knew that I had to try and get a job on board. So come December 2013 in New York City, I auditioned for Disney Cruise Line. And I'll share that story in a separate video because it definitely merits its own. But to get to the point, it was so much fun. I made it through to the end, and about a week after the audition I got an email asking for my interest and availability. Of course I responded right away, and then nothing. Time goes on. I moved out to LA actually for a minute, and I was just resuming taking classes and auditioning for other projects, kind of just living my best life out there. At this time I'd pretty much written off the idea that I was gonna get the call from Disney. I thought, okay, I'll have to audition again, but for now it's a no. But I bet you could guess what happened. So over 4 months had passed since my initial audition, and I'm at the beach. I'm just having the best time, living my life, and I left my cell phone back at the beach house. I saw that I had a missed call and a voicemail. And you can imagine how crazy this made me. I mean, the one time I don't have my phone on me and this call comes in. Wait, there is a slight chance that I actually still have this voice message saved. Let me see. Oh.
Hi, Jessi. This is talent casting with the Disney Cruise Line. I'm calling to follow up with you from your character audition that you had in December. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So that was the call. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I still have that. So I hear this message, I immediately call back. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know exactly what the offer would be. All I knew is that this was a moment I had waited for so long, and it was finally happening. Just to sum it all up, my dream job would begin in just a few months on board the Disney Dream. Since then, I have done 5 contracts, my first being on the Disney Dream. I then went over to its sister ship, the Disney Fantasy. Then I moved over to the classic ships and I did a contract on the Wonder, then the Magic, back to the Wonder, and that is where I will be returning for my 6th contract this fall. During my time on board, I have learned so many different shows, from the deck stage to the Walt Disney Theater, from holiday enhancements to special days at sea. I was on the opening team for the very first Star Wars Day at Sea. That was a crazy process, so cool. And then I was on the relaunch team for the first season of Marvel Day at Sea, which that is the reason I'm obsessed with Marvel to this day. And aside from being a performer on the ships, I've also been very much involved in Disney's leadership programs. During my 2nd, 4th, and 5th contract, I was in a leadership role called Line Captain, which is kind of like a dance captain if you're familiar with that, with maintaining choreography. But in this case, it's for a lot of the shows with like Minnie and Mickey and all of the entertainment hosts that are a part of that. So I make sure that everyone knows their choreography and do brush-up rehearsals if that's needed. Something else really cool, Disney Cruise Line offers a leadership program for all its departments, and this is the Emerging Leaders Program. So we had a couple classes every week. We learned all about the company history and different leadership skills to help us grow into stronger leaders. I had the opportunity to be a part of the very first Emerging Leaders Program on board the Disney Magic, and I just loved everything that we learned, and I've been really able to apply that not only on the ship but in real life scenarios as well, which is really cool. On my upcoming contract, I'm actually stepping into a new leadership role this time, which I'm excited and nervous for because anything new can be a little bit scary, but I'm hoping to take everything I've learned from my leadership experience in the past and put my best foot forward, and I can't wait to see what I learned this contract. On to some of the fun stuff like Itineraries. I feel like I've done almost all of them. I started off with the 3-4 night cruises to Castaway and the Bahamas. I did week-long cruises around the Caribbean. I've done east and westbound Panama, east and westbound transatlantic. I've done a little bit of the Med, a full season in Alaska, California coastline, Southern California. The list goes on, and I am just so thankful for the amazing places that I've got to visit all while working. And you know, I do just love sailing so much that I've sailed twice as a guest on the Disney Wonder both times. I just love it. I think it's so much fun. This is actually going to be my first contract back since the pandemic hit, and with that comes a lot of different emotions attached. My last contract ended in December of 2019, so life was still relatively normal then, and I kind of had it in my head that that would be my last contract and I was ready to start a brand new chapter in life. But obviously everything hit a standstill. I had a lot of self-reflection. I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I didn't know when I would perform again, if I'd be back with Disney in any capacity. Fast forward a bit, cruising is coming back to life, and casting actually reached out to me in March of 2021. So I got all my paperwork in order to return to the ship. I got an offer in June of 2021 and I had to turn it down. I had some major life events that I knew I needed to prioritize and be a part of, which I don't regret at all. But at the same time, it was really, really difficult to say no to something that I'd been dreaming of for, you know, the past year. So time goes on and I got a little nervous that maybe I wouldn't get another offer, so I knew I needed to be proactive. And in December, I reached out to update my availability and interest. In February, I was asked to send in some updated information. And finally, in March of this year, 2022, I received an offer and was finally able to accept. So this was a whole year of having this going on in the back of my mind, unaware of what the future would hold, and I am just so grateful to finally be returning to the job that I love and hold so dear to me. I'm leaving for rehearsals in July, which actually marks 8 years, almost to the date, that I left for my very first contract, which is so crazy. And if I could just tell 20-year-old me all that she had to look forward to, I don't think she would believe it, but I think she'd be really proud. I cannot wait to continue my Disney Cruise Line story. I think I'll wrap this video up here. I could talk for hours and hours about all the different stories, but I'll spare you for this video. But if you did like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications so you won't miss my next video. If you want to follow along on a more consistent basis, be sure to check out my Instagram at Jessi Buckley, or if you just want cruise and Disney related content, you can follow me at magically.jessi. Or follow both. Alright, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for the next one. Bye!